Alrighty, so we last left off, the crew collectively decided to go to Onderon and get off Tatooine as soon as possible to prevent encountering Yara just yet. As you all are traveling to Onderon, you kind of pull out of hyperspace for a little bit before you go back in, because Viri's learning how to be a co-pilot. As to whether that's going well or not is questionable.
It's going amazing.
Aha.
Absolutely fantastic.
Fair. So yeah, it's a decent jaunt. It's not quite to the other side of the galaxy, but pretty fucking close. So it's a little bit of a trip. Once you guys pull out, you can see Onderon and its moon Duxon. Most of Onderon is covered in green, luscious jungle forests. There's a couple of oceans and seas. Otherwise, it's mostly kind of got a tropical vibe to it. Duxon, however, is completely green and just nothing but jungle. So as you kind of make your guys' way into land at the spaceport of the capital city, Iziz. Give me just a second to switch over that map.
Were we going to contact Yara, though, on the space trip over?
Were you guys going to, or were you going to wait until you were on Duran?
I wanted to do it in space so that way it can't be tracked to a planet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. I'm sorry, I forgot all about that.
It's a rewinding song.
Do I just put it in reverse?
No, Viri, it's not how it works.
Oh, well, then the lever's broken.
Oh, no.
What did you do now?
I put it in reverse.
She broke it.
Oh, God.
Just kidding, not kidding.
Okay. So who all was gonna try to reach out to Yara mid-flight? Was it just you, Ben, or?
Well, I know we had talked to Mira about setting up some things like protection so that she couldn't like hack us or figure out where we were. Yeah, and I think Ven was just gonna try to talk to her, but I think Viri said that she wanted to like be present, but just out of sight. I don't know if this is like just a voice thing or if they have like a little hollow thing, like a hologram thingy.
It could be either or. If Ven does not want to show her face to Yara just yet, it can be strictly voice.
Okay.
Be a good idea.
What?
So it might be a good idea just to do audio to keep yourself protected from a situs learning who you are contacting Yara. You could just say you're a friend of Viri's at the moment.
Oh, yeah. I guess I was like,
just a thought.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not a bad idea. Now I don't know what to do because like originally I was thinking she was gonna approach it being like, yeah, I'm Ven, because maybe she'd listen to her.
Yeah, it depends on if you want to put the pressure on a sadist knowing all of this, or if you're trying to keep it still on the low. Is how I'm seeing it. Like if you want to put the pressure on Yara to put the pressure on the sadist, do it. But I don't think just Yara herself is going to care who really Ben is. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how much he's impressed on her that.
True. Right.
She's
right,
like a goal of his, you know.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to put the pressure on a sadist, I'd say go for it. If not, if you're hesitant about Sorry, this is very. If you're hesitant about, you know, I mean, like confronting Sai with everything going on, that's just what I think. But you know, I trust you, Master. You do whatever you want. By the way, that was totally me that went into hyperspeed. Just saying.
That went.
We had to.
Sorry.
That went into hyperspeed. It was like the piloting, but we had to stop for fuel.
Oh,
So that
we had stopped for fuel.
that's why we landed to get fuel, and we're back at hyperspeed. I don't know. I was just trying to make canon. Us reversing.
Well, good job.
Yeah, thanks. Did it all by myself.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Ven might ask Revan if she has any thoughts on whether it should be voice or video, quote unquote.
Yeah, as you ask Revan that, she kind of mulls it over a little bit before she kind of looks over at you, Mira, and she goes, Mira, is there a way that if we do just voice, you can mask Ven's voice, just in case if Iziz is listening, that way he does not know that it's her?
Yeah, I could do a simple voice modulation.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if I mean, he's already tracking us. He already knows I'm doing something. So I figured it wouldn't be too much of a risk if I contacted her, unless you can think of a risk that I'm not thinking of right now. Especially if I make it seem like I'm alone.
I doubt that he's tracking the ship.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe he knows what ship you're on.
He is kind of on her trail, just by the people he's talking to.
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly like following us from planet to planet right now. So that's why I kind of wondered if it didn't even matter if I had tried to mask myself or not.
Well, it could go one of two ways. Either she will keep it to herself temporarily because she doesn't feel that her master needs to know, or she'll tell him and he's going to crack down a little bit harder trying to find us.
Knowing that we're all super connected now.
Which could work against us. If we're not prepared for him and he comes after us a lot harder and a lot quicker, we could get thrown off. But perhaps if we present ourselves as somebody totally different for the time being, it could work both to get to Yara and to temporarily throw him off.
And I'm just assuming, I think the one thing that I could see backfiring would be, and this is like more out of character than in character, I think, but if Sidus's whole thing is to put pressure on you with people that he learns is important to you, then just the fact of relating you to Viri and then Viri to Yara can be a source of like, oh, I thought I had a nobody that was just a force user who knew a nobody. He might not even know about Viri at this point, minus that she's with you guys. He might not know the connection. I mean, he might, but the fact that if Ven's reaching out trying to sway Yara, it kind of tips her hand off to the fact of, okay, Viri's important enough to you to all of a sudden out of the blue reveal yourself. Now I have Yara to then put the pressure on. So unless you think that that pressure is going to be more on Ven putting the pressure back on Iziz and it's worth it, which I think it could be, but to me this is fully your decision.
Yeah.
Like,
so here's what I was thinking. At least this was the angle I was assuming, but I'm not like, she's asking for advice on purpose because her mind can change. But so she was planning on just totally being open that it was her, wanting to talk face to face. I mean, see her face or whatever, and establish almost just sort of, I guess, a potential, not now, but almost a potential trust, to be like, look, I know him better than anyone. This is who he is. He's going to use you. I've seen it a million times, stuff like that. Potentially she would want to talk to me because it's me. And she would almost, the way she was planning on communicating it would be that she was like, it's like she's alone. She heard that Iziz had a new apprentice, nothing really to do with Viri other than she happened to meet her on Coruscant and she heard the story. And now she's just, who even knows where that girl is? I mean, it just seemed like, type of thing. That was like my...
She's a nobody.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know who she is now. I don't know where she is, but... And the hope would be that it'd be like, everything is almost like pretty upfront with her. So it would almost establish a trust for potentially later if she
You're
did...
building a rapport with her.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of being like from the shadows and like I'm this mysterious person, like I feel like it'll be harder to trust. And if we're able to act like, okay, like Ven's alone doing something and we've been able to cover our tracks thus far, like with Mira erasing everything, all the video footage of us here and all of that, like it seemed like it would be a safe risk. But I don't know. Like I said, I could just be totally thinking of something different.
I dig it. You have convinced Michael and Viri.
But if Revan still has concerns, like I definitely want to hear them out because she, like I said, seems to know more about this stuff.
She's controlled by the DM.
And
she's very much controlled by the DM. Yeah, her only concerns are, as she said, potentially getting the focus to be solely on you, and it possibly back.
And the backfiring being what exactly?
You get the attention of Iziz a lot earlier than you were expecting to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's preoccupied with other stuff right now and you haven't reached out to him. So you're out there, but you're not like active in a way. So the second you reveal yourself is now good. There she is. Like, we're finding her, that kind of thing. If that's his thing. And that's kind of where I was coming from. Like, if you're ready to put that pressure back on him, because I know you're talking about like the chess piece of like, okay, it's you making the offensive and the reach out to Iziz was what you and Revan were first talking about before Yara was brought up. And at the time it was like, cool, great, let's put this back on him. And now it's like, okay. The only backfire is we now have a connection in place that if he figures it out, that could put a lot of pressure back on you instead of keeping the pressure on him.
Okay, that's a good point.
I see it. I still like the risk. Viri is a risk taker too, so she's down for this. She thinks the rapport is a better way to go, knowing Yara.
Yeah.
But Iziz, so.
Right.
I think it's funny that like Ben's more worried about Yara and Viri's more worried about Ben.
Yeah. I mean, so would Revan think that it is more of a risk just because he would amp up, you're saying he would just amp up search efforts basically? Because like I said, it seems like we've covered our tracks really well, so it doesn't seem like it would make much of a difference. But it's just more like he would just focus like 95% of his efforts instead of like 50% or something.
Yep, exactly.
Like that's what she's afraid of. Okay.
Yeah, and since Ven and Viri aren't fully trained in the shielding, I mean, they're getting there, but she does not feel like you guys can properly shield yourselves just yet. And
I see.
she just worries about the emotional toll of him focusing on you guys and you guys literally not being able to do what you need to do for the betterment of the galaxy because you're too busy fending him off.
Right. Okay. How about this then? New plan. We can start off because I think originally Ven's plan was to contact her multiple times over the course of however long we're traveling for a while until we're ready. So first contact can be voice only and more mysterious, I guess. And then once we grow in that skill and feel more ready to be able to shield ourselves, then we can reveal that hand with Ven. Potentially. Like a step-by-step program. I don't know.
12 steps of denial and coming from the dark side.
Right.
First is admission.
I mean, that would be a pretty good idea because you get to do both. It's just you start off on the safer side a little bit longer before going into the hey, I'm over here.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, even with you revealing yourself, they still don't know where we are. They don't know where we're going. We're in hyperspeed. They can't track us. So it doesn't give away too much at the moment. It just might change his agenda. Because it's not like we're on Onderon yet, or Alderaan, and he's like, oh, that's where they are, and like we have a limited time on there.
Onderon, but yes.
Sure. I'm in Viri mode. But, you know, that just might quicken the time they put the dots together, but...
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, there are pros and cons to each way that you do this, guys. It's entirely up to you. You just got to figure out which way is the best for your group.
I'll have to say, you've kind of like 180'd me. Viri is now like, oh, yeah, I want to see her reaction. Like how Yar reacts to Ven and what kind of disposition she's in. But again, it goes back to what you're saying is if we're going to be ready or not for it.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you guys? Because
Yeah.
I mean, we've kind of put our 2 cents in.
Yeah.
Mira and Io.
Pretty good with whatever.
Pretty good with whatever. I knew it!
Yeah, like, I was going to say, why the hell are you even asking?
Damn it, Io!
You know what? Maybe someday he'll have an opinion, you know?
Someday, but that is not this day.
Whoa, what? You beat it?
I
We have to
mean,
do it.
Okay, he had a very vocal opinion about the holocrons. I'm just throwing that out there.
He did!
That's true.
This is about Sith. Your ship could be in danger. Gotta have an opinion.
Io has like this like
I'm
veto
busy
on us at
driving.
all times. What about you, Mira?
Well, I think y'all have thought through the risks already, and I can try my best to make it to where they can't like trace it back to us and where voices will be disguised and stuff. I don't see any reason why not to try and make contact.
No, I think the question is, should we make contact in disguise so that she doesn't know it's me, or should we try and kind of show that hand where it is me and try to build rapport with her more so my words might have more weight? But it would kind of make Iziz start looking harder potentially.
Well, you're also assuming that she's going to talk to Iziz.
Yeah, true.
Okay. That Iziz is keeping all tracks on her recordings and transmissions.
Iziz is already looking for you.
Okay.
I don't think that that's going to stop or change. Disguising yourself might make it harder for you to reach Yara or actually talk to her.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if I were in her position and a strange voice called me and told me I was doing the wrong thing, I think I'd dismiss it.
Spam call, who dis?
Right. Even if I found out they were genuine, I don't think I would. It would be hard for me to take anything what they said at face value.
Yeah,
I like revealing yourself.
I would say probably just need to be yourself.
Okay.
And then, like you said, you can keep me out of it and use me when we're ready to confront her. She'll be expecting you to be on the line, and whenever we're ready, because we'll hold the cards, I go on the line and tell her I want to see her. And that's when we can set up something.
Oh, in the future you're talking about? Yeah. I was planning on briefly mentioning that I encountered you because we both were in the same place on Coruscant.
Totally bumped shoulders. It was super cool.
Well, yes. So, would you rather me keep you out of the equation for now altogether?
I think it gives her reason to build rapport with you. She's trying to find me. You could say that you sheltered me when I was running.
True.
You introduced me to the Force and then sent me on my way off planet. But you don't know where to protect me. Or you could say it was to Tatooine and just send him off the wrong track or something. Or someplace
Put
we
you in
haven't been
Jedi
to.
custody.
Right. And then just be careful not to lie to her later, because I think lying to her will be one of the things that is going to be her biggest trigger.
Yeah.
So if we are going to lie to her, the lie has to stick. We can't ever reveal that.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why I was even saying putting you in Jedi custody. I met you on Coruscant. Vague statements. They're true.
I am in Jedi custody right now with the two of you guys. So
exactly.
Valley Girl, very loyal.
And okay, so
much later.
we have been starting up this shielding thing for about a week now, I think, right? Training a lot with that. At least that's what I picture. Like usually every night they do that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is Revan's ability to shield gone down significantly since her collapse?
No, actually, it kind of seemed to stay the same. It flickered there for a little bit when she went unconscious, but between the two of you, you were able to kind of cover until she recovered. But you guys are both getting stronger with it more and more. You know, the more and more you guys meditate on it.
Okay, so that should also make up for it because Revan's with us right now.
Yes.
So even if Iziz did double down his efforts, he probably still would have a hard time finding us because if Ben can do it on herself already, and she's getting better so that it's starting to affect other people, and Revan can already do it, and Viri's starting to learn. Potentially that. All right.
I dig it. Let's do it.
Okay,
YOLO.
are we gonna do it? Okay.
Best laid plans are meant to be just done.
Unless Revan's looking like it's the worst idea ever, I'm probably gonna go with talking to her in person.
Nope, she is totally okay with whatever you guys choose to do. Either way, she is going to just kind of be off to the side, meditating and using her shielding technique.
Okay.
Veer won't be off camera, but wants to see Yara's face, however that works.
Yeah.
Logistically.
I was thinking, like, if we did a camera thing, I'm like, what if Veer, like, got up to stretch or something and then she just tripped?
Accidentally. Oh, shit.
in front of the camera.
Yeah, I sent Veer into Jedi custody.
Yeah. That sounded just like her sneeze.
Sorry.
I know
My
that.
bad. Oh, hi, Yara.
Hi. Sorry, I left you to die, friendo.
Cut the feed, cut the feed, cut the feed. Just like waving, like, she can't hear us, right? Just cut the feed. Yeah, just cut the feed. Veer, it's audio too. Fuck!
That's the best visual ever. Sorry.
Okay, well,
right.
I'm ready whenever Mira is.
I'm ready.
Mira's already
My
always ready to do
computer is-
hacking.
Already plugged in. I have firewalls up. I'll turn the voice modulator off so that it's your actual voice.
All right. It's we can see each other too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If you so allow.
Yes. Okay. So I guess we're
I'm
doing
freaking out!
It's very actually saying I'm freaking out.
What? No, I'm fine. Cool as a cucumber. Hey guys, hey Dell, what's up? Hey. She's like overdoing it.
Oh no.
Io just like puts his hand over her mouth.
Thumbs up.
Love it.
I'll say before we like make that call, just say to Very, oh, it's going to be different. She's going to be different. And you remember?
Yeah. No. I think the dream helped make that reality.
Yeah. All right.
You see her kind of get serious. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it.
Okay. Ben definitely like looks like she has not slept all night. She has circles under her eyes.
A little snoring from little shithead down there. Sorry.
Probably didn't help. Okay, cool.
All right. So as you set up to reach out to Yara, courtesy of the information you got from Eric, who is, as far as I know, still on the ship in the brig, until further notice. I guess he's just your permanent prisoner.
He's just chilling.
Yeah, basically. But thanks to the contact information you were able to get out of him, you're able to reach out to her. At first, there's some hesitation. Are you doing it on video or just voice?
Video.
Okay. There's a little bit of a hesitation before eventually the video kind of pulls up and you see the holographic image of her projected in the main room where you're contacting her. She has her back to you before she eventually just kind of turns around. And her hood is down, so Vera, you recognize her hairstyle. It's a little bit more unkempt than it was last time you saw her. But it's definitely her. When she turns around, she looks a bit more gaunt. Her cheekbones are a lot more pronounced against her face. Her eyes have a yellowish hue. And there is a scar running kind of parallel to her jawline before it just dips under her chin. It's puckered, and you can tell that it's kind of on the fresh side within the last few weeks. But she has this look of annoyance on her face when she turns around. Not quite recognizing you, Ven, but she just kind of looks at you like you're beneath her and just goes, "Who are you and what?"
You cut out.
Son of a whore.
Oh, I heard all of it.
Oh, really?
It's so
Oh,
weird.
no.
I was like, I'm so into this, man. Don't fuck this up. I can't hear you. Can you try going to channel 2?
I'm gonna recall you. Hold on.
I'm gonna recall you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me now?
Dang, I'm just gonna text
Fucking,
you.
fucking space Verizon. God damn it. All right, what did you hear?
I just heard she turned around and she said, I think she said, "Who are you?" And you said and then I missed the rest.
And what do you want? So you missed like 3 words.
Oh, dang it. Okay. So yeah, she'll kind of really take in her expression. So she seems annoyed, right?
Yes.
Okay. So she says, you Darth Arrows?
The one and only. Who the fuck are you?
Well, I did hear that Lord Iziz got another apprentice.
And you know this how exactly?
Well, I keep tabs on what my husband tends to do.
Oh, you're that bitch.
Yes, I'm that bitch.
Yeah, I kind of like the Twi'lek better. What do you want?
Sorry, Andrew, whenever you're a Sith person, you're so sweet. It's so funny. Oh,
So sassy.
so sassy. Well,
Yes. Sorry, that is my sis. They are sassy assholes. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I mostly wanted to meet you. Heard a lot about you. Heard that wasn't always your name, Arrows.
Well, sometimes you just have to get rid of the trash of your past.
I see. Yeah, I lived where you lived. Did you know?
I've been told.
So, what happened to make you choose this path, Yara?
Only a fool would turn down the option to get more power.
Really? Why do you say that?
Living on the streets, power is kind of a hit or miss. It's kind of nice to be the top dog every once in a while.
Yeah, I can understand that. I've heard lots of things about orphanages in how bad they can be. I can understand wanting to turn the table. I just wonder if you're ready. What sort of price that's going to give you. The price you're going to have to pay for the power you're getting. Have you ever thought about that?
And what do you know of the price of the dark side?
Oh, I've seen it. I've watched.
And like a fool, you turned away from it.
I suppose you could see it that way. But I just don't know if you would be ready to pay that price. Are you willing to become someone who you've never thought could be? Are you willing to be used and manipulated? Because that's what my husband likes to do. He might make you feel special now. And like he'll teach you how to take the, but he's going to drop you as soon as he doesn't need you anymore, just like he's done it to everybody else.
Yeah, see, I'm already prepared for that. I don't know how much you know about the Sith, but it's not very uncommon for an apprentice to take down their master.
Oh, yes, I know. You don't think he's not prepared for that?
It's just a matter of time.
Do you know the abilities he has, Yara?
Of course, he's taught me some of them.
I'm just saying, he seems to be one step ahead, and I'm not sure how wise it would be of you to go up against him.
I didn't say I'm doing it anytime soon. But he's got a fatal flaw in him, and eventually I'll press on that.
Oh yeah? What's that fatal flaw?
She just kind of scoffs at you and just looks at you, just, you.
Hmm. I see. So, sorry, I have notes. I literally wrote down what I was going to say because that's what I do.
I love it.
So, what gave you that scar?
A Jedi I killed, and she just kind of starts examining her nails like this is the most tedious conversation.
See, I ran into, well, during my Coruscant, my time living in Coruscant, I tended to take care of things down there, defend people, things like that. And I met someone who knew Ayara.
Doesn't surprise me. I knew a lot of people there.
Yeah, she seemed to be very close to you. Very distraught that she lost her best friend.
Her hand just kind of drops and she narrows her eyes as she looks at you. She goes, You mean a
What?
traitorous bitch, Veery?
Very, yes. Very. Why do you call her a traitor? She seemed upset that you were dead.
Oh, I'm sure she did, that she left me to die. But Lord Iziz saved me that she couldn't do.
So she left you to die?
She panicked like the coward she is.
Who did she leave you to?
Her name was Orphala, but she's been taken care of since.
So she betrayed you to our... Did Orphala give you that scar? You said someone saved your life. Iziz did?
Yes.
What? You see, I sheltered Viri for a time. Handed her off to the Jedi. Took care of her after. But when she told me what happened, she said that it was a mistake. Vala had lied to her. Thought they were on a mission. Twisted the truth. As soon as she realized that Orphala was betrayed the both of you, she ran back to try and...
Yeah, Orphala betrayed us. That's true. But I wasn't dead. I was dying. But Viri was a coward and just ran away the second she saw the lightsaber. Didn't even try to save my life, so it's good to know that she joined the cowards that are the Jedi.
I'm sorry she left you. But what would you have done if you were in her before you had the abilities that you have now?
I would have died to protect her. That's what you're supposed to do when you're friends. But she never was really my friend, I guess.
What Viri told me, I think she thought you were truly dead. Does that change any?
No, she's still a coward.
If she thought you were dead, I'm sure she would have run because she would have thought you wanted her to live.
I doubt it. Now, is there a reason that you're trying to talk to me? I have much more important things to do than waste my time on. And she kind of gives you a once-over. Someone like you.
I wanted to meet you. And I wanted to give you a different version of the truth. The dark side corrupts. Absolutely. You'll soon become a shell who you were. And right now it might seem like a good thing, but it won't be. I don't know if you've noticed how my husband likes to act, but it's not with much reason anymore. The obsession, the brutality of it will catch up to you. No one's... And I want you to think about the idea. I know you'll probably dismiss what I have to say now, but I want you to hold my words in your mind. Think of them. Because there will come a time that Iziz, another Sith, thing will ask you to do something. You're not sure if you're prepared to do it or not. There will come a time where you will truly lose yourself. I've seen it happen again and again. I want you to just remember there's an and that's not going to be too late if you ever want.
So you're just trying to be a good Jedi and reach out, I see. Well, you're wasting your
To
time.
protect you.
I appreciate the waste of my time, but I have more important things to do.
You went a little robotic, Ange, but I think it was just she said I have more important things to do.
Hey, Van, Viri would try and grab your attention and mouth over, like what? What is she focusing on? Viri would mouth to you, like, because she was saying that she has other stuff that she's focused on. And Viri just mouths over to you, like, what other stuff?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Using Jedi Master stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for Angie to come back online.
I'm back. I don't know what the fuck happened to Discord, but alright.
Oh no. Yeah, you got robotic, so but I don't even remember what you said now because all that other stuff happened.
Yeah, Discord decided to lock out.
Important stuff happening.
Yeah, basically she has more important things to talk to than her master's weakness.
Sure. So she'll say, interesting. What could be more important?
Well, I have a contact that I'm meeting with for business.
Interesting. That's what Iziz wants to do.
I'm a little bit more diplomatic than my master. He has a tendency to make people piss themselves.
So you're there to build better relations.
Of course.
Interesting. Were you with him on Hawk?
No. I was elsewhere.
Interesting. Can I roll for that one?
Sure. Go ahead and do a perception check.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can't quite tell if she's telling the truth or not.
Okay. Well, are you going to tell your master about the decision?
We'll see. Depends on if you ever contact me again.
Oh, has he been ghosting you?
No, he's just busy, and I'm okay with that. I like to operate on my own.
I see.
Though having you contact me is a nice little leverage over him, so I do appreciate that.
Oh. Well, not sure if I would. I don't know. You can do what you want with that. Depends on how he'd react. I don't want you to endanger yourself, though.
Oh, you can stop pretending that you care for me, Jedi. We both know you don't.
You may not believe me, but I don't think I would have risked contacting you if I didn't care about you and the situation that you've been placed in.
Jedi are self-sacrificing. They'll go after any poor, pathetic soul that they think needs saving.
Oh, is that what Iziz told you?
Oh, no, I've seen it for myself.
You've seen it.
You're not the first Jedi to try and contact me. And she kind of gestures to the scar on her face.
Oh,
But
who?
just some nameless Padawan. I don't know. He's rotting in the grave right now. But it didn't work then, and it won't work now.
Is this the Padawan that you, that Viri took the lightsaber from? You said that she took a Padawan's lightsaber and left, right?
All I remember is I was dying. I was a little preoccupied with the lack of life and somebody that I had trusted betraying me like the cowardice bitch she is. No, this is the first time I killed a Jedi, and it won't be the last.
I would definitely encourage you to think critically about your situation. And think critically about your friend. When I saw her, she seemed very distraught. Seemed like you were all she had. Everyone makes poor choices when their life's in danger. And while your anger is justified, the longer you let it consume you.
And I think you need to realize that not everything is as it appears, Jedi.
You could enlighten me.
That's not fun, though. You'll learn.
Let's see. Yeah, so I guess I'll just say, well, Yara, I might check in again. If you don't mind.
Of course not. I love having leverage over such a weak master. Now, I bid you adieu, Jedi. And at that point, she just shuts off the communication.
She hung up on me. Opposite dark side one shot.
Yep.
What a bitch.
Throughout the conversation, Ben looked like she kept her cool. I don't think anything she said would have really shaken her or anything. So I guess she just kind of turns around and she just kind of like puts her hands out like, there we go.
Well, then that was enlightening.
Interesting. Did not expect her to already embrace killing the master mindset right away.
I didn't like her.
In some ways, it's not her. I'll like go check up on Viri. What is she doing? Where is she? I wasn't reading the chat. Aside.
So like they were on like the backside. I don't know exactly how the logistics were on this, but like she was kind of like out of the camera view, but like still watching the holo. So and then I was standing next to her, kind of like holding her hand and like comforting her.
Oh, that's nice.
She stayed quiet. She kind of had a smirk at the Trader's bitch lines because like she was expecting that. Based on like the whole meditation, everything like she talked about with you. It's kind of like her fiery passion. But I think what knocked her was her line about killing the other Jedi in the Padawan.
Yeah,
So that's
I
when
was trying to get her to talk more about that, but she wasn't.
I know. I was like, I want more details. Who the fuck is this? But yeah, so that's when she closes her eyes and she's ready to walk out of the room at that line, but she closed her eyes and was meditating on the Force to stay.
Okay.
So now she'd probably be like her kind of head down, and she's been quiet, like waiting to be. She's not waiting for anything. She's just processing, but like she wasn't the first one to say anything.
Okay. So I'll just say it sounds like Iziz is teaching Yara that foresight ability. Did you guys pick up?
Yeah, that's not good.
I'll like go up to Viri and like put my hand on her shoulder and be like,
Yeah, that's not the Yara I remember.
with anger there. And it
It's
doesn't seem like it was just at you.
I know. I'm not really worried about her anger at me. That I expected. I don't think I was ready for other people being killed because of me.
What do you mean?
She kind of looks up, and you see the deadened look, but you know there's her face is like pale again. Just the idea that Jedi died because I didn't go back for her. I didn't think Yara had it in her to kill. She hadn't killed anybody until then.
Yeah, I didn't think she would. The way you described it, I didn't get it.
The more people she kills, the further away she is from being saved. But that was you kind of like just see her like collecting herself and like putting on that like front or whatever, but like just going back to like snapping back to her normal self. But that was a great first call. I think learned a lot, and we can focus on new planets and get ready.
Ven will just kind of like look to Revan for a second and then like look back at Viri and be like, even the amount of people though doesn't mean that it's a chance.
Just kind of nods.
You need to talk about it later. You need to process. I'm free.
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm great.
She like gives her a look like, sure.
So,
Revan gives the exact same look.
She is not
The
looking at
time.
either one of them in the face. So Io, let's go to hyperspeed. I mean, you could teach me how to put the coordinates in this time. Yep. I don't know why. I mean, like, I don't know why we're still in this room. I mean, like, right? I mean, we got like stuff to do, right? Like, you know, not that great of a thing. Ready, team. No, that didn't. I don't. That wasn't the right time for that. I'm sorry. I didn't like that. No, that wasn't good. Good job, Mira. You did a really good job keeping it safe. She's like cutting off Ben anytime Ben's about to like turn her attention back to Mira. Holding it together is hard.
Oh, Veery.
Wait, we did leave Bastila. I'm just reading this now. We did leave Bastila on Tatooine, but like she knew Yara was coming too. So
Just saying that worries me.
Yeah, I mean,
I was gonna say that was something Beer was gonna say to me. I was like, we should send a message to Bastila. Just letting her know. That way she doesn't stumble herself into anything.
she may want to just get off planet, honestly, if she feels up for it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Bastila, White Yar's little punk ass on the streets, whatever.
Oh, very. It's like pats her shoulder. Revan, do you have any observations from what you just saw?
She's definitely got a lot of anger. She's pissed off about something, but I think there's more to her than meets the eye.
I agree. There seems to be not as much. There seems to be more to this, especially this part with the Padawan.
It's far too early for her to have gone up against another Jedi and killed him.
You think that was her trying to lie and make herself sound worse than she is?
Either she's lying or she's fallen harder than even I did.
What does that mean?
You see her eyebrows like, I don't like that.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, she may have gotten a severe case of bloodlust mixed with her anger, right, wrong, or otherwise, and she may be one of the galaxy's worst serial killers if left unchecked.
Hence why I wanted to take the chance to stop her when we had it.
That being said,
there's a little bit of a squinty eye towards Revan, as in like, if that becomes true, she's not the only one that's going to be blamed about this. Just a hint. There's just a flare of it, just a little bit of darky coming out of here.
Darky.
A tiny bit.
Revan completely ignores that. She's used to it. And she goes on to say, however, there's also some hesitation in her. She's got the bloodlust. She's got the anger. She's got the drive. But she's not so keen to act on it. She talks the talk. She isn't walking the walk.
You don't know that.
Oh, I do.
Squinty eye, squinty eye.
She probably would know more than any of us.
I've been down that path, remember?
I just am wondering if she had made, like, I don't know if you guys got this impression, but it almost seemed like she had made some sort of deal, partnership with Iziz. This or am I the only one that picked up on that or thought that?
As in what?
Huh?
In what way?
Well, she was talking about your friend, your other friend, or and how she seemed very upset that that was the thing that betrayed her on. And I don't know, just the sense, it just seems like Rachel in real life already forgot that entire conversation, but I just remember there was like a sense that maybe like something else had been going on before that.
I guess I didn't pick up on that.
Okay.
I'll have to go back and re-listen to it. The part that interested me was this idea that Iziz is leaving her alone and just like, okay, cool, I taught you for a month, just go out and like almost like let me like wind you up as a Sith and just go out there and create chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is kind of surprising, especially for someone that hasn't been trained in the Force. Like at least if someone like if she's been a Jedi her whole life, she'd have that training. But to have her to be like,
Well,
yep,
that's what I'm
you're
saying.
gonna go
It's
be
like
my
I'm kind of
emissary.
well that's kind of what I'm saying is like she's talking about killing that Jedi, and it may have been like
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So like what if okay, I'll say it in character, like Ben's kind of like, what if she had established something with him before?
No, she hadn't.
Are you sure?
She did not. Again, this is Veery, not Michael, but Veery is adamant. Right. I'm going to be adamant about that. There's no way I would have known. Now, add a character that's some bullshit Angie would pull. Of this twist of like Orphala actually trying to like save her from it, I guess. I don't know. It would have whatever. But yeah. I mean Veery would not entertain that at all.
Ben won't push it.
Yeah. Okay. Like I was gonna say, you can tell she's in very defensive mode right now due to Revan, but
yeah.
And maybe Veer's just trying to convince herself that too.
Yeah.
But that was something I was confused about the conversation. I didn't know if it was just a confusion of you kept on asking about the original Padawan and then her talking about it. I had thought it meant a different Padawan. But I don't know.
Yeah, she just kept talking about like this Padawan, and then she talked about how you grabbed the Padawan's lightsaber.
But she didn't get a scar from that. So I don't understand where that's from. She not that I remember.
She killed a different Padawan.
Oh, that's what she was talking about? It was a different one?
Yes.
I think it was the way the conversation was going, it was like wasn't totally clear, but yeah, I did not pick up on that it was the same Padawan.
So it's not though.
No, it's not.
Ange just said. Okay. So I was doing that wrong then. I guess I misunderstood. Okay.
Gosh, Ben, I trusted you. I runs out of the room. I'm just kidding. But Mary, you did a really good job keeping us safe, and you said you tracked her to Tatooine. She's there now.
Yeah. From what I could find out, she's on Tatooine and hasn't been there for very long.
Yeah, Mira, thank you very much for doing what you can so that she couldn't track us. Did you see any attempts or anything?
No.
Okay. That's good. The plus
she's-
side is, huh? Go ahead.
But she's not meeting with Eric. Is there a way to track who she's meeting with? Unless she's trying to meet with Eric and doesn't realize.
I assumed she was going to go meet with Eric. Yeah, like she didn't realize he was gone. She seemed so arrogant that she was just going to do what she needed to do. It didn't seem like she had realized her plans were upset yet.
And we did destroy the factory, right?
We basically decimated everything she was sent to do.
Hopefully.
So
That's going to be a fun follow-up conversation. She was very willing to just diverge stuff, though.
Hmm?
That's a big word for Viri. She was really like word vomiting.
yeah, I mean, she. It seems like she's very high on her power right now, which helps.
Even telling another Jedi about our plans with Sidus, or willing to even say that out loud on a recorded line. That's Yara always had balls. Put it that way.
Yeah. Well, it may have helped that you can tell she definitely feels like I am inferior to her in every way. So I'm sure that helped her talk a little more than she
I mean, it makes sense. She was always felt the least talented in the room and would always kind of be the wallflower, even though she most of the time was the most talented person in the room. So for her to develop an inferior complex is not surprising. I'm sorry, for her to like totally get a Napoleon Dynamite in complex, like it just totally makes sense.
No, Ven was saying she's feeling like Ven is inferior to her.
Right. Being an inferior
okay.
complex. Like
Oh,
she's projecting herself as so invincible
like
and above
amazing
everyone now
and-
that it's
Yeah,
making up
okay.
for how she really feels, is that she feels scared that she's going to be inferior to anybody now. So converted that with the dark side, it's this fear of ever being less powerful than someone.
Yes. Okay.
That's why like Viri can't beat her in a fight. It's gonna redeem her necessarily.
Yeah.
At least that action alone won't do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, if there's any other observations, I think we're done here for now.
Muffins. Viri just walks out. Time to go away. Get some muffins and sit in the
I'm so
co-pilot
sad.
seat. Good job, Angie. Jesus.
So
Shot through the heart.
I love you.
Yep. So I don't know. Probably the rest of the day, Ben's back in the room.
I think at some point after Io attempts to teach Viri anything more about piloting, minus putting in the coordinates again and pressing the lever, Viri's going to make her way back to Mira's area. Hey, Mira.
What's up, Barry?
What you doing?
I'm playing with Jinx.
You did a really good job with Jinx. Jinx is fucking adorable.
Yeah.
And she goes to kind of like sit where you're at or go wherever you're at. But we haven't really had a chance to talk much since all this like, you know, crazy shit's happening. I remember you ran after me when I found out about Yara. I remember hearing your voice.
Well, yeah. I was pretty worried about you. I had never seen you thrown that far off before.
I guess you can see why
Scary.
now. Yeah.
Well, I can see now that kind of a bitch.
Yeah. She's Darth Douchey now. Unfortunately.
It's not
I
good.
just wanted to say thank you though.
You're welcome.
I know maybe you weren't the one there to comfort me, but you were one of the first voices that helped bring me back from the edge of the cliff that I was at. To be honest, I think between you and Ben is the only reason I'm honestly still alive at this point.
Well, can't have you going all dark side on me now, can I? Mira will get up and just give her a hug.
Shug the bayak.
Yaw.
I just want to let you know, if you need anything, I'm always here for you too.
Oh, I know. Everybody
She's-
here is giving me a home. I'll do whatever I can to protect that home.
Very kind of nods. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever felt like home too. Well, anyways, we got a new planet to explore. And
Yes,
she's
we do.
she's gonna lean in and just give Mira just a little caring peck on the forehead before skipping out of the room.
Mira is going to stand in place, eyes wide, and frozen.
Aww.
For how long?
Yeah, wait, it's an hour. No, I'm just kidding.
Just like 6 hours later.
The Tina noise from Bob's Burgers.
I mean, unless somebody comes back there to try and get Mira, she'll probably be there for a good hour, just thinking and remembering all the way back to the club that they were at.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Mira.exe.
Oh yeah, she's crashed.
That's all Barry's gonna do.
All the emotions today, guys. All right. Is there anything else anybody else wants to do before we get you guys landed on Onderon?
How long is the journey? It's been like a couple days or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Ven would keep to herself mostly. She would be working on the two things she's been trying to meditate, with growing some skills and kind of creating that wall in her nest side.
Grow them skills.
Not a lot of sleep has been had by Ven probably the entire trip.
So coffee is her DNA right now. Gotcha.
For sure. Definitely got some heavy bags going on. But she doesn't ever you just would notice. No, she would never say anything about it.
Fury throws her one of the things that they picked up from the spa.
I was just about to say that.
These for the eye bag.
Oh my gosh, that's so mean.
What? I don't want. I mean, I'm just saying, I get them a lot too. In Viri's mind, she's like being totally nice. Like, I wouldn't want to be walked around with those things either. And this is kind of like how all the people at the orphanage talk to each other too. Like, there was no nice way of saying it. It was just like,
you're right.
Those
Just super blunt,
fucking
yeah,
like those fucking eye bags. Here you go. This will work for it.
Yeah.
Like, oh well, shit. Fuck you. Okay. Like,
I mean, Ven would take it. I don't think she'd use it. But you also wouldn't know because you just take it back to her room.
Just every day. Just sponge it and wipe. Sponge and wipe. It's all I got. Sponge and wipe, Vin. Sponge and wipe.
Oh god.
I don't even know if responses happen, more just like side eye glances, like, okay, what are you doing?
Yep. And then she like move on. Do you know there's a thing called a forced row? Going back to her book. She's like in the F now, like after foresight. Like, okay, there was an index.
There it is! I missed it the whole time.
Crazy how that happens.
Oh, there's a thing called force lightning. Cool.
Can that charge electronics?
Oh, good question.
I know these are the important questions. This is why I'm doing my training up in the cockpit. Like, you ask the right questions.
Emergency battery power pack.
Unlimited battery.
If we leave the ship idling for too long and the battery needs a jump start. Modern day problems require modern day solutions.
Oh, god damn it.
Amazing. But yeah, I think we're ready to land on the planet if you guys are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I had a mouthful of soda. As you guys said that, I'm like, well, shit.
Timing.
Planet time.
Right? Okay, so, yep, as I said before, it's kind of a pretty interesting planet. It's mostly jungle. You will be going to the capital city of Iziz. Iziz, by the by.
Oh, okay.
Easy.
I knew where you were going to go with it, Michael. That's why I jumped in there real quick. This is the capital city of Onderon. Yep, and right here is kind of one part of the palace, and then it kind of spans back. But it's a bustling city. There's all sorts of things to do. As you go in and you kind of dodge and weave around other spacecraft to get to the spaceport, there's kind of like this. Well, I take that back. This is not the palace now that I'm looking at the appropriate map. This is kind of like a central building. The palace is off on its own. But, boop, there's a map of Onderon, because that's how I is.
Government center.
Yes. So, yep, the spaceport is over here. All sorts of things. And then in the distance, you can see this large, lush palace down over this here yonder way. But yeah, this is the basic map of Iziz. It is huge. So, big spaceport, big residential district, big everything.
So when did
Millennium Falcon for scale.
Yes.
Oh, it's so cute.
when did Eric say that his boss was gonna be here?
It
Or was
was
it he
going to
just
be.
contact him and we could meet with him?
He had scheduled a meeting within the week, so by the time you guys have arrived, it's about a day or two.
Oh, okay, so pretty soon we can just do that.
Yep, it allows you to kind of spend the day-to-day getting used to the city and the layout before you meet with them next. So,
Okay, that's good. And he did we have him set up a meeting or anything while we were on the? the road?
No, the father believes that he's going to be meeting with Eric, but he's actually going to end up meeting you guys.
Oh, okay, that's what we said. Okay. Also, we've been keeping tabs on like where Iziz has been hopping around to. Is he still in Nar Shaddaa right now after that days of us traveling?
Yes, he is still on Nar Shaddaa at the moment. There's no details as to what he's doing there, but he is on Nar Shaddaa. So either he's just spending time there, or he's been distracted, or something. But
Okay.
Hmm.
so, yep, you are free to decide where you guys want to go as far as the city, because you'll be meeting in the palace with the queen the next day.
Oh, wait, we are? Wait, I missed that. Is it
Yeah.
the father?
Yep, with the father. The father was working with the queen on something and was going to have a meeting there with Eric. But you guys are kind of going to go in his place because Eric's kind of in your jail.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's
And
good.
also has like a large, random, don't know where it came from, wound in the middle of his forehead. So not really good for meeting queens.
That's so
Yeah,
true,
random goose egg. I hate when that happens accidentally for no fucking reason.
yeah.
No reason whatsoever.
But I mean, since you're meeting with the queen, Mira could make you guys some purdy outfits. Just saying.
Real turd.
Purdy.
I can
You're
select.
Ben
his
gets to wear a dress.
fanciest-
I mean, that is my secret thing I want to have happen, even though she doesn't want to. I just don't know how you guys would. Okay.
Just needs
Nobody's
to select
told
his
Mira
fanciest
yet.
visor, and he's good to go.
He puts he bedazzles his visor.
It's got like a little like diamond on each corner. It's like, there we go, fancy.
Fancy, we're done here. I feel like that needs to be like a mini comic.
I just picture like a crystal ball, like a disco ball kind of popping out of the ceiling and the Peachy Keen, and then like the lights from that are bouncing off the diamonds in his visor, and he's just rocking out. Everyone's like, what the hell is this?
Io makes his own entertainment.
Exactly. You can't even see any of it, but you know, it's all good.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, so I don't know. We explore the city, I guess. Scout it out. Plan for this queen thing. We're able to just take Eric's place.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's unknown that Eric's not going to be there, but it's also not uncommon for Eric to send somebody in his place when he's busy.
Oh, okay.
Veery is so good going undercover, darling.
Mira's not. Mira's not good at that at all.
And you're gonna be Watchtower. Back at the ship. This is gonna be fun. So hey, excuse me. Excuse you. Excuse me. Veer's like trying to get someone's attention on the landing pad or like wherever we're at.
There's a couple of like palace guards that are obviously guarding the city.
Just like waving her hand in front of them, like trying to get their attention, even though they're doing that like British guard thing where they're not answering.
One of them, and this is a mostly predominantly human planet. There are a couple of other alien species, but the primary inhabitants are human. One of them, the older one, just kind of sighs a little bit before he just kind of looks at you. Can I help you?
Are they like really well dressed, like fancy dressed? Is this like a really high end planet city that we're at, or like?
Yes. He's very fancy.
They're just my emissary and me want to go find the nearest spa around. If you could just send it to the best one around, please. And she just pretends to give like that, like I'm an arrogant, rich person. That is totally stereotypical because she's never really been around him.
Roll me a deception check.
Skullduggery.
Mira, in the meantime, is going to turn to anyone else that's around and go, "Why is she talking like that?"
She's just having fun.
Who is
Oh.
her emissary?
I'm just, I
Okay.
would
I
like
don't
to
even know
know
if
that.
she said that right.
We're all, I kind of like to picture we're all just kind of standing in a line, like watching her and like run off and do this, like like waiting for it to be done.
Maybe Aya will follow
What
her
in the world?
just to be like, oh god, here we go.
She like snaps in
Yeah,
front
I
of the
could look
guard.
at I would be like, your turn.
Okay. Yeah, he's decently convinced that you are one of the pompous aristocrats. And he kind of points you to a very luscious looking building. I'm gonna say it's probably about a mile away from where you guys are at. And it just oozes luxury. And he goes, that is the finest spa in our fair city.
Good. And of course, we're meeting with some very high-end clients tomorrow. What would you recommend is the best place to stay if we wanted to get ready to meet? And she kind of like looks around as if like she's telling a secret to him. Royalty.
If you plan on meeting royalty, I'm sure the guards at the palace can assist you with overnight stay.
And that would be that place over there. She points, I guess, to it if she can see it. The
I mean,
bottom
you
of the
can
map that says
see.
palace.
I mean, the palace is kind of up on a hill, so you can see it,
Nice.
and it is fucking huge. It dwarfs the city. So yeah, you can
He's
can
pointing at the
easily
small
point to it.
building next to the palace.
He okay. He just kind of reaches and gently grabs your wrist and moves your hand so that you're pointing right at the palace. Yes.
Oh my, really? Wow. It's quite grand. We're going to be quite happy here. Look, you guys are going to keep an eye on our ship, make sure no one else goes on it, right? And she like hands over, I don't know what would be a lot, like 500 credits, maybe? I don't know if that's a lot or not. Probably it's like a $2 bill, but
that would be fine. He just kind of nods and looks to the younger guy and kind of jerks his head, and he the younger guard moves in to kind of go and set up security around the Peachy Keen.
I'm sure you are all quite used to dealing with high-end people that just want to make sure no one knows that we're here. So this is off the books, of course. I'm sure the palace will gladly second our story. And she hands him another 500 just to make sure it stays off the books.
He just nods and then goes back to guard duty as if you never spoke.
Whoa.
Yeah, she like goes back to the group, right? I think it just gave him 1,000 credits and nothing's gonna happen, but you don't know. That might have worked.
What was this whole thing for?
Well, because that way we'll have security here and no one will know that we're here. They'll try and keep it off the books, and then that way they pointed us in the direction where we go to get set up to meet. And she like leans in quietly to make sure no one else is listening. The queen. We can't stay on the ship. That's like
Yeah.
really low.
What? No, we probably should stay on the ship.
We're gonna meet the queen. You don't stay on the ship to go meet the queen. You stay at the fucking palace.
Yeah, but Do you remember how we are all trying to perception?
And squirrel. Ben, you don't see shit.
Nope.
Well, what does this mean? Oh, Veery. Veery's included with it. Shit.
Yeah. So is Io.
I thought it was Mira. I thought it was everyone else.
No,
Oh,
motherfucker.
I didn't see I was supposed to roll. Sorry.
Yes, you are. Oh, ooh. Still not
I see
enough.
everything, bitches.
Perception. It's what for Io? Where's that?
Actually, I think I upped it, but
Six.
whatever. We'll go with 4. I think it's a 5
Well,
now.
9. Blow some dice because we can.
It's a 5 now. That's okay.
Holy shit! Finally, something decent for him in this roll.
Hooray!
Yeah. We got the same, and I have half the amount of ranks.
Okay. Unfortunately, none of you see anything. Okay, good to know.
Hold on. I thought that was gonna work. I have one more because my cunning's a 3 out of 2. Damn it doesn't make a difference. Okay.
Okay, yeah, you guys, you don't know shit.
I hear
Man, a
ships
5
in the
wasn't enough to
background.
see.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting we're recording. It's so bad. You should reach it into her bag of
Damn it,
chips.
Michael.
I'm sorry, guys. My bad.
Man, what kind of check did we have to
I'm so
pass? If
sorry.
a 5 wasn't enough. Oh.
Someone's super sneaky, I guess.
Yep.
So
They're
want to use
sneaky.
Force Destiny dice now, but like, I don't think it's fair to go back and do it afterwards.
No,
Ugh.
probably not.
I hate when we like fail perception checks and DM's like, oh, never mind
Too
then. You're like,
bad.
I want to know.
Yep.
So Van was saying before we all rolled, she'll say, well, we're supposed to really stick together. I'm not sure about some of the
Right.
people in our ship being out in the open.
Well, that's why they have guards here. And Sky will be there.
Right. But then without Sky there, then where is our shielding? If we're staying somewhere else.
And you see her like concentrate a little bit, like she's constipated, and then we're like, see, we can still do it.
Oh, Veery.
You just meet the queen like this.
No, I think meeting her is fine, but you're talking about staying overnight. That's a long time.
It takes a lot out of me still. Still working on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll get there.
I mean, just a night. If no one knows we're here, what's the point of shielding ourselves? As long as we don't use like force powers, right? Then we don't really have like a force signature.
I don't know how that works, and do you know? Out of character.
I might be confusing 2 different rule systems too. I don't know. Yeah, like is the shielding just when we use force powers and like protect our identities and like, or
is it just like our presence in general?
has like a
Yeah, that's actually a
beacon
pretty
of
good
force?
clarifying question, because I've been assuming that it's just your presence in general all the time that you're trying to shield.
Yes, that's what I've been going with. It's your presence at all times. Basically, it's more or less like how Io can see the Force, like through the Force, and see things that are Force sensitive. It's like if he looked at you and you guys just did not glow, type thing. It just totally eliminates your Force signature and hides you.
He would be so fucking freaked out.
He would be
Really,
all
dude, he's
levels
like,
of
oh
confused.
god, where did you go? It's like, oh, we're
Just
still here. It's like,
disappeared.
oh god, I'm hearing voices.
Like, are we really
Is that
worried
you,
about
God?
a Jedi here knowing that we're here? Or, like Sith?
Oh, but we. I'm gonna like tell everyone to go back in the ship because we're just having this conversation in public. Be like, oh, come on. So once we're back in the ship, I'll be like, no, but we literally we just contacted Yara. If she told Iziz and he's amping up a search, do you really think
That this would be the first place he'd look? No.
do you want to risk that?
I just want to stay at the palace.
I know you do, Viri, but sometimes we don't. You won't be able to
Mary,
see.
you are
Maybe
such a
that's just
teenager.
I know. I'm like 19 years old.
Will you stop
The
eating?
chewing, Mike. Is...
Michael!
That was in
Goddamn!
character. Thank you very much. You brought us back to the ship. She grabbed a muffin.
You will be able to see the palace tomorrow, just fine, without having to stay there overnight.
Fine. Because, you know, how many queens have you ever met who stayed at their palace overnight? It's fine. Whatever.
Not any. Not planning.
Cool.
It's not have to.
I like our beds here more than the palace would anyway. I mean, I'm sure they have like gold sinks that like are lame. Or what if Revan comes with us and shields all the Jedis? I mean, Sky.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
I'm saying that.
I mean, that would be up to Revan, but are you sure we want to? Out and
I think
around when
Mir
she's
is
been
like
trying to hide.
computerized securities. Oh, yeah, I know. You're right. I'm done. I just wanted to go stay at the palace.
I know you do. Well, we should scout out the city potentially. See what's around.
Yeah, there's a really nice spa.
Mm.
We'll just like go on a spa tour every planet we go.
I mean,
I
yeah,
approve.
is that like that's obvious now, right?
Hells
I've been to
yeah.
2 spas on each planet I've been on.
Oh,
True,
you have done that.
I have
didn't realize
in
you did that.
game at Coruscant, at Tatooine, Nar
I
Shaddaa.
can't remember if I joined
No,
on all
Onderon.
those. I know we did.
I think
Tatooine.
she
She went by herself on Coruscant because that was the night
Yeah.
before they left. She had all this money. It was like, nice, and then showed up with none. Nar Shaddaa was the night we went out. I think she did that earlier in the day, and then y'all joined on the Tatooine one. This is
Now,
like
if
her
you could get
souvenir gift shop
Dell,
thing.
yeah, if you could convince Dell to join in, I will fucking award the hell out of you guys. And that's recorded.
Don't worry, it happened. Yeah, when he recovers just from his little stomach thing, you know, you should totally come and join us this time.
His little stomach thing. His little stomach thing is fucking getting shot. All right.
No, he said that recovered last week. This is
It
just a
was
little
bad.
upset stomach. He's got a little upset stomach. That's all. You just had something too much to eat, and it just didn't feel too bubbly in his tummy.
Jesus Christ. And you like, I would just be like pinching the bridge of his nose if his visor wasn't in the
I
way.
Have you walked past his room? Oof.
Okay, so are we scouting?
Oh, Ben. Just anyway.
I mean, yeah, we were trying to get scouting information on the palace.
Yeah, I mean we can. We can go look at it.
Yeah, we could totally do that if you sleep there overnight.
Oh my
No, let's go scout around the city.
Barry wants to be a princess for one night. God damn it.
She does. What baby
I mean,
important?
that's every girl's dream. You know she'd like get all dressed up and just walk out and pretend to be royalty there. The fact that y'all don't want to see that, I just don't understand.
I mean, I was all for it.
Sorry, Ven's practical and ruins everyone's fun with trying to keep them alive.
That was so salty. I love it.
It's almost like you pout at yourself, though. Like even you
know, right?
realize
I
that you're
want to
stopping
see it.
yourself from having fun.
Rachel wants to.
Rachel also wants Ben to be in a pretty dress.
I know. I just don't think it'll happen. I can dream.
I
Mira.
mean,
Can you help create an item that can shield force signatures in people? Magic.
are you guys like on the ship now, or are you still in the hangar?
I don't know where
I
we
don't
are.
know.
I was just there.
I did drag everyone into the ship because we had to talk about things.
Okay.
Well,
We have a force detector item. Could you like rebrand that to make like personal shielding devices while we're still training?
If it were that easy, I think everyone would have those.
I don't really know how the force works.
It is within you and all around you, Padawan.
We will be able to see the palace tomorrow.
Fine, okay, let's go scouting. She goes and grabs her robes and starts stomping out. You just hear someone like, hey, excuse me, get out of my way.
Well, as long as she doesn't shoot anybody's arm off, we should be okay.
Who are you looking at?
Yeah, Ven just like rolls her eyes and goes. There's a lot of eye rolling lately. Very find all her buttons. Think she did.
I think so, but you never know.
I mean, Viri's been like putting on a mask mode anyway, so she's
Yeah,
like
that's probably true. Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
She settles down like the second we get out of the hangar. She just like gets distracted by like really cool sights.
Like, wow, cool.
Dude, ooh, shiny.
Like buying fruit tipper. Oh, that's gross. And just like takes one bite, throws it away.
Hey, now that we're actually out of the ship and we have a plan, can we take a quick break? Because I have to pee so bad.
Yes, let's go ahead and take about a 5 to 10 minute break.
Okay, thank you.
5 minute break time.
A bit of break.
You know, in the palace, the bathrooms are a lot better.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
I
Michael.
hit the wrong button.
Good job, Rob.
Very annoying. Ben right now. Okay, notes. Holy snapples, y'all. We missed so much shit. So, like, my dead friend Yara is fucking alive and totally a bitch, calling herself Darth Douchey or Dorius or something. She's apprenticed to sadist Lord Ashidius and was making contacts with Eric / Frankie Muniz on taking the Jedi. We're meeting with the grandfather and taking them back to Sadius instead. We interrogated him, Eric, and found out he
Are you good?
meeting with a queen on Onderon.
Lord.
That's funny.
So people are not a fan of Yara now, huh?
Oh, she's totally a bitch.
Fantastic. That's what I wanted.
Little sassy shad. I love it.
Your reaction
said,
to her sass.
It was like I was having fun with that. You said Revan had told Del that he had a friend here to meet on Onderon as well, right?
Well, it's a friend of hers, yes.
Friend of hers. Okay.
Yes. My God, can you not crunch? Holy shit.
Jesus. Let's go back to like the loudest.
Yeah, they're my favorite
the loudest
because they're
chip
so
crunching
crunchy.
I've ever.
Yeah, what are
Original
you eating?
Jimmy chips. Just like they ought to be.
I will ground you this entire break, so help me God.
I've actually been on mute a lot more than you guys think, and I just keep on forgetting to like, because I'll be like really invested in writing notes or in the conversation, and I'll just be like in one hand, just like subconsciously doing it. I'll be like, yeah, okay. So we're going to the palace, right? I'm like trying to get to mute. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
But you do it, and when you do it, I feel like Rachel and I just cringe, and we're like, no, stop.
I'm
No,
like
I
such
know.
a yeah. It's okay though. It's an accident.
No,
I
it's not
forgive
okay.
you.
It's not okay. I
But-
can tell. I was like, ooh, both Michael and Barry are starting to get the wrath of Rachel and Ben. And like literally Michael was like, all right, let's just back off the chips. So let's back off like the beta shithead. And then Barry's like, fucking palace though. And I'm like, Barry, stop. Just fucking palace. And I'm like, Barry, cut it out.
Aw. Yeah, I feel kind of bad too because I think Ben's patience is still very like her tolerance levels I think are still very thin. And lack of sleep probably doesn't help. So I think normally it would she could like handle the situation better, but she's
I love it.
pretty
I think they're both heightened with like their senses. You know what I mean? Like
I think so too.
she's more willing to take it across the line. Where Ben's like even more less patience because of everything. Like it makes total sense.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's
Veery
weird to
just
be
needs
more
to
impatient
find
about it.
rules and borders.
What?
Veery just needs to find rules and borders that you guys set up for her. You give her no rules and borders, and shit's gonna go down.
Burn the whole town to the ground.
I mean, we didn't care about Onderon, right?
You didn't tell me not to burn the whole city to the ground.
That was never part of any of our meditations. Gosh.
Like that's it. You just go join Iziz. Get out of here.
I don't want to stay with Dad.
Town.
No, I don't want to go stay with Dad. It doesn't make me the muffins I like. Jeez.
He's like
Probably
the
better.
divorced parent that won't shut up about like how
Mhm.
bitter he is at the other parent.
And like makes it, well, there's mac and cheese in the fridge. You can go make your own food. What? No. These chips remind me of the TikToks where people put pasta in their mouth and like people pretend to crack their back and like they crunch down on the pasta.
What?
makes it
I
sound
didn't
like-
see that.
Oh my gosh, I have to
Those are
send you
so
one.
funny.
I think I posted one of them. One of them was like this girl and she kept on laughing because she knew what was going to happen. And her dad came up and he was like, you want me to crack your neck? She goes, no, the way, I think like her boyfriend does it or something like that. So it's where you squeeze them from behind and you lift them up and crack their back. And when they do that, they chomp down on uncooked pasta. And so it sounds like your back broke, like almost like I'm eating the chip. And this
I
one
watched
was
him
like,
where
oh my
someone
God.
did it.
Oh my God, Kelsey. Oh my God. And he's like talking to his wife that could see her face. He's like, is she in pain? Is she in pain? You could hear like the tears coming in his voice.
Oh.
It was so sad. It was
I
amazing.
saw one where they did it while someone was like trying to do like the neck crick or something like that. So they thought they broke their neck, and it was so horrible.
That's so scary.
I love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things coming out as quarantine that's not good. The families are gonna murder each other because the
It is interesting watching how everyone is losing it in their own special way during quarantine. Like, yeah, everyone is like just doing interesting things to get through it.
Like the other day, me and my sister are doing some mermaid drawing challenge. And my friend was like, "Oh, I'll do that too." So she like drew a sunfish, but gave it like human legs with knitted stockings and high heels, and like one leg was kicking off into the air. And when she showed her mom's like, "They need to give you your job back."
Oh no, it's so sad.
She's just like, "Oh my god, you're falling now. You're so bored. You need to get your job back."
Aw. It's like in Parks and Rec when Ben has the claymation that he's making. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
No.
He's like, "Would a depressed person make this?" The worst claymation. That's my favorite episode.
Okay, so everyone is back. Real quick, in the pics channel, I shared a pic of Queen Talia, the current ruler of Onderon, and kind of the attire that she wears. That is the general sense of attire for most of the people. It's very reminiscent of the Indian culture and how they dress. Just for like kind of a visual aspect for you guys.
Cool.
Actually,
Did you
looks
post
like really
that?
comfortable
Okay.
clothing.
It's a
Yeah.
pic.
Oh, gotcha. I was looking in Roll20.
No, dingus.
Nice. Talia. Well, I don't know. I was like, it didn't pop up for me. I was like looking at handouts. I like it.
Said in pics, you dingus.
I did hear it muted.
You are very special to me, Michael. Anyway, what are you guys doing then?
We're going
think we-
exploring.
Yeah, which one do we want to go to? I guess we look at the government center since Viri was like obsessing over the palace.
Yeah, let's go say hi to the palace.
I was going to say the palace is down at the bottom of the map off to a hill. The government center is
Oh,
where
my
like
bad.
they do a lot of the meetings and law offices and blah, 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 blah.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Angel, I sent you something.
I approve. It's beautiful.
Okie dokie.
I think you should make outfits for everybody for meeting the queen. Personal
I
preference.
haven't asked for them yet.
Well, they should get to work on it.
Fury, or wow, hello. Mira, why are you following us? Don't you have like outfits to make?
I'm not with y'all. I'm on the ship still.
Oh, did she never come with us?
No.
Texting.
Mira's not
Hey,
leaving
Mira,
the
are
ship
you
right
making-
now.
Are you gonna make us clothes? Because I really want to look like this girl. And then she like takes a picture of someone just walking by.
Okay, I'm just saying, why do you think I made you guys roll a perception check?
Oh,
Touche.
because of Mira?
Because Mira's
Yep.
not out there with you. Mira is on the ship.
Yeah, we really don't notice when she's gone, apparently.
No, we really don't. We like never notice when she leaves.
How is a 5 not good enough to know that a normal party member is not walking with us?
Because Rob rolled a 13.
Jesus.
Damn
Why are we
straight,
even
they're
rolling?
no.
Y'all are nuts. Not even no even point for us rolling at that point.
Mostly that was me being a little shit.
No, silly. Okay, we're scouting.
Yeah, we're going
Scouting.
government center first, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, so there are a lot of like city hall type buildings. They're very much businessy buildings. This is the business district, and all of the buildings are very like sandstone-esque for the walls with these glorious rounded tops, and the architecture is just gorgeous. But yeah, this is just literally the law offices and city hall and other like main business offices.
Okay. Is there anything that like kind of reports as to what's going on like in the city and things like that around here?
Yep, there are like various kiosks through all the main streets and side streets and stuff like that, that you can access to give you the latest news, any like events that are going on in the city, what have you.
Yeah, I'd probably look through one of those and see if there's just anything of note that would be important.
At the moment in the trade district, there is a festival going on honoring the Beast Riders of Onderon, the original founders of the planet who have been the only ones who are able to tame beasts without use of the Force. They are kind of very rich in Onderon history. That's where they came from. Beast Riders, thousands of years ago, their leader married what was at the time a present queen, and it merged the royalists and the the Beast Riders together. So it's kind of like this big unification thing and honoring where they came from. There's a lot of food, there's activities. It's basically like a giant fucking carnival fair.
Okay, cool. So Ben won't say anything about the festival, but she'll just be like, trade district might be interesting.
You sneaky little shit.
Bree walks back up. Oh, what did you find? I found a flyer for this cool festival.
Very.
Yeah, I saw that too. Did you want to look at it?
Hell yes.
Okay.
Do you want a piece of fruit?
So we're gonna go there unless there's anything else interesting.
That is pretty much the only interesting thing in the city.
You're like, please, as a DM, go there. I don't want to figure out what else. is going on.
Right? Yeah, I don't want to bullshit this, guys. Come on now.
Get over there. We're going.
That and Rob is distracting me with outfits for you guys, so.
Pretty strange.
All right, so we'll montage your happy little asses over to the carnival. Yeah, the trade district, which usually has a lot of kiosks for selling goods and stuff like that, has been kind of cleared out, and there's gaming booths. There's, of course, obviously native food. There's like this story time thing for children. It's just this big old festival. If anyone has seen or heard of like the Cherry Blossom Festival in Japan, that's kind of reminiscent of what's going on here. That's the layout.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
The fact that you know that, Rob, makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's all sorts of things for you guys to do. There's food to eat, games to play, there's, dancers, there's music. It's very lively, very fun, very relaxed. Totally different to what you guys have just been through, though.
Fury disappears for like 15 minutes and comes back with face paint. It's like straight up like Darth Maul looking or some shit.
Jesus.
Hey guys, there's face painting over there if you guys want any. To try and
I'm
keep
good.
undercover, shield our identity.
Yeah, Ven is like not even really paying attention to anything. She's more looking through the crowd and making sure that everything seems okay. So would I roll perception?
Yep, perception.
Okay. Better than sort of.
For once, she's not distracted by Veery jumping around in her face.
Maybe that's why
I know,
Ven always
right?
fails her perception rolls is because Fury's like,
Hey, hey, hey!
Mom.
That was a
Mom,
very
look at me.
accurate. That was an accurate depiction of Veery. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Everything is totally on the up and up. There's nothing foreboding going on here. There's nobody who catches your eye. This is just a big old celebration.
cool. She is definitely using the ability she has that where people's eyes just kind of slide past her. Like she has such a big crowd and stuff. I would assume it's usually like on quote unquote, but a little more focused on it this time.
Would that work on like us too?
Mm.
Like, would we like be trying to look at you and then like, look right past you? Like, I can't look at your face.
I feel like I could. I don't know, Ange. That's up to you. I feel like I could control who I want to see me and who I don't. But
Yeah, I feel like for the group of the Peachy Keen, which at this point is only a handful of you anyway, you're able to see her, but it's like other people will kind of look in her direction, but not directly at her.
So look at her like Io looks at her.
No,
yes.
no, a little bit more on point than Io, because Io will look like to the sky while looking at her. Like,
He's just, makes it really hard to talk to him, so it's great when they're talking to people. It's like, would you just look at me while we're talking? It's like, no, and he just like keeps turning his head to avoid it.
I don't wanna. I fear eye contact.
No looking.
Except for the fact that Io does not know what eye contact means or feels like.
True.
Yeah. For the most part, then you, like I said, everybody else is able to look directly at you and interact with you. But if you don't want like random people looking at you, it's like their eyes go towards you and do kind of a roundabout over you and then continue on.
Perfect. Just the way I like it.
Okay. Now, Io, Veery, and Ven, go ahead and just roll me a quick perception.
All right, well, just for funsies, let's blow another few force dice because we have so many.
Oh, well then, that did not work in your favor.
He just does not see things very well. It's really
Didn't
funny,
help me
actually.
either. Yep, I used force die and I got 3 ones.
I love the fact that the guy who can only see through the force can't see other shit at all.
Right?
It's very poetic.
At least he only rolled a one and not 3 ones.
Okay.
So 3 successes for
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have 6 because of the 6?
Yeah.
Yep, you got 6.
You got 6.
Mm-hmm.
Fabulous.
It's up to you.
See, Rachel,
Which,
see what
yeah, I'm
happens
gonna
when
say
you do
that
the
works.
rolls the right way. Things just work better in your direction.
Stop. Hmm. How do I do this? Okay.
You gonna send the rest of us to secrets?
Yeah, go ahead and go to secrets.
Alright, hold on. I gotta figure this out.
Just click on the secrets. There you go. Okay.
Hi.
Hi. So while you're kind of looking around, just keeping an eye on things, you notice a Twi'lek, a younger female Twi'lek, kind of dressed very similar to the rest of the locals. Her skin color is yellow. She seems to be following you. She doesn't seem to be meaning you any harm or anything. She seems oddly familiar, but like she's intentionally following you guys. But also like keeping her distance to see if you guys see her.
And you say she looks familiar?
Yes. Eerily familiar almost.
Okay. Would there be any way you could, like, is it her appearance, like, or her clothing, or like actually like her face, like I've seen it before?
Oh, you've seen her face, but at the same time, there's some things throwing you off, but you recognize some features.
Okay. Does she seem to see me? Or is it the other two?
Oh yeah, she sees all of you.
Okay. Even with the force thingy?
Yeah, she sees all of you.
No, okay. Interesting.
Alright, so I'm gonna bring everybody back.
Yeah. Bring him back.
Oh, time to come back. Yay!
Yep. Alright,
Back.
so yeah, then you see what you see.
Cool.
Would see.
So
Kidding.
I guess I would kind of like maybe wait a minute or two and see if this continues. I'm assuming it does.
Yes.
Okay. So after a couple minutes, kind of pull them both in and be like, there's someone that's pulling us. Don't look very
I love how you're gonna call out Barry.
My face turned like halfway, and you're like, stop it. And I was like, okay.
I mean, I was probably
Beautiful.
already looking that way anyway, just because he's like, I don't look at the people talking to me.
I literally imagine Ben with like force reflexes just being like, nope,
nope.
look
nope.
forward. But I really want to look now.
Don't. Oh my gosh, Fury.
Okay.
Look right now.
Look, I'll be cool. I'm cool. Look at man, I'm cool.
All right. She seems to actually be trying to spot.
You're
Wait,
going
what?
in and out. I'm sorry.
That cut out.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that
she
cut
said-
out.
Sorry, I was probably because my voice got quiet. She seems to be seeing me, which is rare.
Hence why it's so important to stay shielded when we go out. Jeez, I tried to tell you guys earlier.
So What do we want to do about this?
Let me at
She
her.
doesn't
She
seem
doesn't
to
know who I
be.
am.
Huh?
I said, let me at her. She doesn't know who I am. I'll find out who she is.
Oh, I mean, she's been following all three of us. It may have been because.
But she's looking at you, and I can totally make it seem like I'm trying to get to the cotton candy right behind her. Not that I've looked.
No, she's
And-
just. What I mean is, she's seen all three of us. Like, I'm surprised she would see me, but it's been the three of us she's been watching.
Right. So let me
Okay.
just go pretend to look at something near her, and I'll figure out who she is. And she starts running.
How?
She's a bad person, and then we chase her. She's like,
I
it's
mean, I
simple,
think-
guys.
we can confront her, but we probably need to be smart about it so that she wouldn't get away if she does try to run. She doesn't seem like she means any harm thing, but she is for sure.
Well, what kind of kiosk is she standing by? Let's go check that place out. And then we can kind of surround her. As...
So yeah, was she standing by like a actual like shop thing so we could go and see, like pretend like we're looking at it, like
or bring her down an alleyway. Make her follow us.
I mean, yeah, she's keeping kind of a decent distance away from you guys and just kind of following you. Just that's all she's doing is really just kind of following you guys, not really trying to engage, just there.
Okay.
What we could do is one of us could hang back looking at a stall, while the other two lead her down a narrow alleyway, and then the third person comes up behind her so she can't run out when she realizes she's pinned in.
True. Do we see any?
Oh
alleys
my
we could
god,
do
these
that with?
purses are so pretty! And she like Veer yells this as loud as she can, and then runs over to the nearest like shop that's next to them
Well, I
and
guess that's
pretends
what
to
we're
look
doing.
at these.
God damn it, Barry.
I
I mean,
like.
we can recover from this. I'm just saying, she's setting it up.
I seriously, so I'll like go up to Viri and I'll like put my arm around her and be like, Viri, we're not finished talking yet, and like guide her back.
Oh, but it's okay. Well, all right. You could have used your comms. Now it
She's
looks-
not doing
now
it
looks
aggressively,
weird.
just more like steering her, like you're steering like a ship.
Yeah, I made it like 2-step and back into the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, I will go look at the purses later when we're done figuring out the map to where we want to go. She just winks.
If I scan like do I see any alleys we could corner her in, like as we're kind of walking around the place?
Oh yeah, there's alleys, there's all sorts of things. It's kind of like you're able to kind of weave through things and through the crowds and whatever. It's not that difficult to find several alleys, actually.
Okay. So can we just say we pick one? that we
Sure,
like?
why not?
Okay.
One we like. Okay.
The nicest alley.
You did the
So-
nicest alley in the nicest city on the planet. Okay.
Hooray! So Ben will say, all right, so do you guys see the alley? And I'll like describe it. Don't look right away. But do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Very half looks before you grab her face back again. I don't know how you guys are looking at this shit without looking at it. You're gonna have to teach me this one later.
It's about timing. If you both all look at it once, it's going to be really obvious. You looked on the tree.
But Io's not looking at it ever.
All right. So
So I can look at it and no one will know.
Oh, very.
Io,
Am I wrong?
Very focus.
Yes. alleyway. Not looking. Yawning.
Alright.
Now I see it.
You can look into it. There we go. Very nice.
Yep. Oh,
Subtlety.
thank
Take
you.
you places.
Appreciate it. Just scratching the back of my head.
So
God damn it, Veery.
how about do you two want to lead her and I'll circle around?
Sure.
I guess.
That's good.
Just like tucks his hands in his pockets and he just goes for a stroll.
He just casually meanders.
Go
But
on,
is
go
he
look at
ever
the
in a
person,
hurry?
but okay.
See, this is partly why he's so scary in a fight, because he just moves so casually and slow every other time, and then he moves into a fight and he's suddenly like right in somebody's face.
Okay, so I was meandering. What is Veery doing?
Well, I'll say to Veery before I leave, I'm like, all right, so if she's going to follow you, then you can be the one to ask her what's wrong. Be civil, though. She might not be bad.
Via looks so much more excited.
Yeah, do you think you can handle that?
She just like cracks her knuckles. I got this.
Okay, civil.
Of course.
Be
I'm not
civil.
gonna kill her or anything.
Don't beat her up either.
I
Just
will
talk to
not
her.
even touch her. I don't know what you are worried about.
The cracking knuckles was not reassuring to me.
Cracks her neck.
Also not that. No
You
threatening.
just have to be ready.
now.
You know,
All right?
you have to
No
be. You have to be ready in case things happen.
All right.
I get it.
All right. I'll be around. you
Cool.
guys
I'm gonna
shortly.
go look at these purses that I yelled out about earlier. So now I need to go make sure I look at them to make it seem cool. So she's gonna run over, look at two purses, and then run up, or she's gonna buy one and run up, and then like loudly talk to Io. Like, oh my god, I got this purse and it looks great. And like, why aren't you excited about it? And like, just trying to totally play a coy of like, yeah.
And I'll slip through the crowd,
Yep.
double back around to the other
She's-
side of the alley eventually.
And she's probably gone the whole time we were doing that plan. Oh, the three of them are talking. Let me get out of here.
Yeah. This one girl keeps almost looking in my direction, and then the other one.
Barry, when you go back to look at the purses, the one that you had seen earlier that you were distracting yourself with is gone. So you just kind of pick a gaudier one because that's all that's left, but you kind of got to keep up the image. So you just have like this gaudier one as you run up to Io, and yeah, she's still following along.
It's hideous. I like the other one. I'm gonna go find whoever bought that, pay him double for it. I love that purse.
What's wrong with this one?
Do you not see? It is gaudy. It doesn't match anything that I wear. Oh, it was on sale for half off because no one was buying it.
Well, now you bought it. Don't put it back and make it feel bad.
Did Io just go full dad mode?
No, listen. Io is slowly becoming the dad. Have you not noticed?
I have
There you
noticed.
go.
He went from the gay best
Yeah.
friend to the dad.
Well,
Is
with
he the gay
Dell
best
out of
dad?
commission.
Yeah, Ven and Io just keep exchanging all these looks and being like, "Your turn, go for it." Okay.
It is that scene in Lion King when Simba wakes up his parents, and Sarabi is just like, "Your son is awake." That is
just
straight up.
Can't wait to be Jedi Master.
That is Io and Ben with these children.
Oh my gosh.
No one say
Yeah,
kill
so I don't know.
him.
Can I just double back around? Does she even
No one
notice me?
say beat her up. No one say dude. Sorry.
She had stopped at the purse rack at some point and seemed a little bit distracted and didn't quite see you. Otherwise, she seems to continue to follow Viri and Io.
Is that the bitch that took my purse? Oh, she's totally getting beat up. Jerk. Hello?
Are you
He's
guys
just like
going?
shaking his head.
Hello?
He's already
Hello?
gone. He's walking.
I follow.
Hello?
I don't hear anything.
What?
Are you good?
Hi?
Yeah, we're waiting for you.
I was
For me, for
walking.
what?
Because we're walking into the alley and we're waiting on you to describe what happens. It's been silent.
Oh, it cut off on me. So I was like, okay, what are they doing? And I wait.
We're like, cool. Alleyway's pretty dark.
I can see, a little creepy.
Okay. Yep, as you guys are going down the alley, then as you're following, you notice that she kind of stops at the end of the alley and just kind of peeks around and looks down the alley, just kind of watching them.
Not looking back.
You are or are not?
Are not.
Okay.
I think Viri's probably complaining about a cramp. Hold on, Io, just wait. My foot's cramping up. I don't like walking.
I've noticed. You like to run instead.
I know. So like she finds like a little like box to sit on, but it's still like her back is to the entrance of the alleyway. She's
I was
setting up
like
the trap.
facing the alleyway, but like he's actually looking off to the sides, like he's not actually looking at the alleyway.
True to IO form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. She doesn't seem to follow you. Then you notice her kind of duck back away from the alley and then kind of start to head back towards a different path.
Sorry, I'm muted. Okay, so she's like leaving now.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I'll say from my comms, I'll calm them and say she's not going in, she's going a different way. And I guess I'll start following her. I'll say I'll tell you where to meet me.
Okay. Yeah, she.
Are we taking her down?
Not yet. Hang on.
Oh boy.
Give us the code word. Hot shot. And I'll take her down. But until she says that, Viri and Van will like, or at least I'm guessing Io. I mean, Io and Viri would circle back out of the alley and just keep a distance behind Ben and try and stealth as much so like we wouldn't be noticed following Ben. If that makes sense.
That's fair.
Cool.
Yep. Then, as you're following her, you start to see a familiar path. She's heading back towards the spaceport.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm eating.
You're fine. I'm also kind of ingesting soda, and I have to remember I'm DM. I actually talk.
Yeah, Io and I are like, hello?
I'm sorry. I'm a thirsty bitch today. Okay.
Oh, you saw Sadius's live stream. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
He could be my Darth Daddy any day.
I already forgot about that. So when you said it, Whew. Okay, so Just keep following her, I guess. Where does she go?
Okay. Yep. If you're still going to continue following her, so as she makes the way to the spaceport, you notice that she's heading towards the hangar that the Peachy Keen is in.
Oh, hot shot, hot shot, hot shot. Do it. Say it.
Say,
I was going to like
Say
hit the
hot.
comms and just give Mira a small warning that there is a stranger heading towards the Peachy Keen hangar, so be careful.
Oh, okay. I will be careful.
Just, keep the defenses up and ready.
I would probably I guess if she would get within the spot where it's very clear that the Peachy Keen is the only direction she's going in. I guess that's when I would probably want to do something. And that you guys are like behind me, right? Like you two are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna say hot shot? You gonna say hot shot?
What's hot shot again?
Oh my gosh. Viri put on the comm. She said, if you need me to catch her and tackle her and stop her, just yell out hot shot.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were just saying that to Io, so I wasn't listening as much.
Nah, that's to the comms like, hey, we're staying back. Like, we're ready for backup. Just call us in, boss.
Oh, okay.
Code word hot shot.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess
Okay.
you just tell me if she's where she's going specifically.
Okay. Yeah, as she's walking, and she is walking towards the Peachy Keen, you notice her talking into the comm briefly, as she continues to make her way towards the Peachy Keen.
Very suspicious.
Come on, let me go tackle a spy of the queen. Let's try and just figure out who we are.
So I guess I would go on my comm first before I do anything else to Mira. And I'd say, are you in the ship right now?
No.
Where are you?
Well, I had stepped out for a second, and I'm heading back to the ship right now.
What did we tell you about going off ship by yourself? Oh wait, no, I did that the other day. Never mind.
Then just goes out loud. She just goes, Mira.
Okay, fine. I'll turn around.
I love it.
And then just turns to the other two and just gives them a look like
Hot shot?
Was that Mira?
yes.
Yep.
Mira?
Oh, you got the dad voice.
I'm gonna try and hide the purse behind my back so that Viri can't see.
You just killed Michael.
That's awesome.
Do I only see Vin behind me, or are Io and Viri both there as well?
You see Ven, and then you see Io and Viri a little bit ways behind her.
So
Oh wait, the
she's,
person we're
like,
following is Mira?
yeah, no, she
Yeah.
she has
Yeah.
yellow skin currently. So you have all yellow skin right now?
Yep.
Interesting.
Hot shot? Just say it. Just say hot shot. Can I tackle the bitch?
I like motion. I'm like, it's Mira. See?
Oh.
Uh
That's not Mira. Mira's blue. Like you're still far away. Like that's not Mira. Ben, come on.
Like,
How many people are around right now that I can see? Is it just like us, or are there like other people still in the spaceport and stuff as well?
It's just you guys, and of course, like the odd guards, but they don't seem to be really paying you guys many much attention.
Okay, then I will drop the skin change and go back to being blue.
Holy shit! I did not know she could do that.
so I'll like probably walk up to her and be like, "You can change your entire tone at will."
Yeah, I told you that a while back.
Oh, I just thought it was the just the
Emotion.
tips. Yeah, I thought it was emotion based.
A lot of it is. I have to really concentrate in order to change everything, and then I tend to tire out a lot faster that way.
Interesting.
It's like a chameleon.
Then, as you
can turn
are,
red.
then of course, Viri and Io, as you get closer to Mira, you see her, in this outfit that's very reminiscent of women on Onderon. But you also kind of vaguely see some bumps that are familiar, in the shape of hawk and dove on her back.
Hidden by the scarf and the cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Okay.
So you just
I'll
wanted
take
to
it.
be in disguise?
A lot of this place looks really big and kind of fancy, and I felt out of place.
That's understandable.
You almost got tackled. Just saying.
God, she was so desperate to tackle you.
I was so excited.
Still
Yeah,
trying,
Dell gives
trying
us all
super
these
hard at the
strategy
moment
meetings.
to hide the purse from Beery's eyesight.
Oh, very
Yeah, her
easy to
hands
notice
are
that
like-
shit.
Her hands are like behind her back, awkwardly.
Veer would be like looking at her blasters, putting them back, and like checking her comms. Like you have plenty of opportunity to make sure she doesn't see anything. She got like a 3 on perception last time. She's not paying attention to anything. She didn't even know this girl existed.
She's too like overstimulated by everything going on.
Yup.
Very daddy
Two code words away. She's like still hyped up
Yeah,
on like
Mira-
Dell's last like security meeting where it's like, okay, use this code word in this situation, go into alpha position. Vera will come up behind you, just tackle her, and I'll put my gun in her face. I'm like, yeah. I was just excited to try a hot shot maneuver out. I'm sorry.
I
Well, for
love
those of us who aren't distracted by our pistols, do we see Mira trying to hide something?
If you are looking at her, go ahead and roll me perception.
Let's see what we get today. Oh no.
Oh shit. Io. Oh, Io, honey.
He is looking behind everybody. He's walking backwards.
Make sure no one else is following us because I still don't understand. It's a yellow person that we're looking for.
Oh hell, he doesn't even know that Mira is blue normally.
That's true.
This is true.
What are you guys talking about? She didn't change colors.
Ben, you are so close. For a moment, Ben, you think Mira is hiding something, but then it's like, oh no, that's just hawk and dove on her back. It's fine.
Mira, why didn't you come out with us?
Well, originally I was making clothes for whenever we meet with the queen tomorrow, and so I made outfits for everybody. And then whenever those outfits were done, y'all were already gone, and I was a little bit worried about going out like normal. So that's why I thought, disguise and then go try and find y'all. Then, whenever I found y'all, it was too fun to try and follow along and see what all you were doing and such.
Interesting. Definitely thought that you were potentially someone that was spying on us. So
I mean, in fairness, I was kind of spying
yeah,
on
true.
y'all.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Do you guys want to go back? I don't really care what we do. Seems
I want to
like
get some
that's
food. There's something that smells really good in this area.
I just need to stop off at the ship, real quick, and then I would be
okay.
ready
We
to
can wait
go.
for you. All right.
I'm gonna just kind of like take those long, awkward steps backwards from the group, still facing them,
Oh my god. I love it.
and then I'll try and turn around and run towards the ship, but holding the bag to my chest that Viri can't see.
Okay. Easy enough. Viri is
Spend money
oblivious
get
to
a
shit.
gaudy purse.
Yep, you bought the gaudy purse, and Mira bought the purse that you actually liked.
All Amira had to do was message her and let her know. No.
Nope. No, this is way more fun.
I love it.
So yeah, a few moments pass by. Mira, you return to the ship and do what you need to do.
Yep, I'm just gonna put the purse and the little handbag that goes with it on Viri's bunk.
Cute. She's actually stays in
Alright.
her room now.
Yeah.
And then I will run back outside to join them. And as I run back out of the ship, I'm going to I guess I'll ask Finn and them. Do you think I should stay normal or go back to different colors so that I'm not recognizable?
I mean, whatever you think you feel safest with. You said you get tired more easily. Can you, like, how long can you go doing that?
Not a long time. Angel? How long would I be able to hold that for? Full body?
Probably for no more than half a day. Like consistently.
Ugh. Okay.
So like a couple hours here and there probably wouldn't do much, but if you held on to it for about a half a day, you would get exhausted.
Well, okie dokie. Well then. Mirror will change back to yellow then.
Okay, yeah.
Okie
And,
dokie.
It's actually pretty cute. I like it.
Thank you.
so let's go then. You can just stick with us, Mira. We'll make sure you're fine.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you guys can head out.
Did
Not
Mira ever
big
get
deal.
a code word? What was hers?
Give me a code name. I thought it was like
I thought
Slicer
it
or
was
something.
Oracle.
Yeah, Oracle.
Oracle.
Yeah.
Veer just goes in her ear. All right, guys. Security formation. Oracle. And like we all surround Mira.
I'm not sure Io would have moved from where he was walking anyway.
It's mainly Veer just moving around. Changing the diagram.
She's just orbiting
Ben's
around
always in
her.
front. Yep. Keep it moving. Keep moving.
Anyone glances, nobody look at her. Like, oh my god.
I'm sorry, Ben. There's a little girl who's looking at her. I had to, make sure she was looking away. Like a little girl, like 4-year-old, just like crying in the distance.
When she was actually looking at like the stand behind you guys that had like toys.
Yep.
Damn, Veery's so harsh. She's just a kid.
Very, be kind. Come on.
Hey,
That's the voice of Jesus Christ.
What?
Security. Gotta keep her protected at all costs. Sith could be working little kid Sith traitor Jedis on us. I don't know.
Very, be kind.
Okay.
That was so pouty.
She circles back and she's gonna find the nearest stand that has like a cotton candy or an ice cream, and she just goes up to her. Stop crying. Here. And she like looks at the parents. She's like, don't make them look at people. Not everyone's gonna come back and buy them candy. Here's candy from a stranger. Not a stranger. I can't tell you my name. Whatever. I'm being kind. And she just leaves it and turns around and catches back up to you guys.
Oh my god, Veery. How are y'all reacting to watching this? Because God knows she wasn't quiet or subtle.
I feel like Ben would be satisfied. Like, that's pretty good for Veery.
I'm being kind.
Yeah, she went above and beyond. She bought the kid a cotton candy.
Right? That's what I'm saying. But I'm sure the parent quickly threw away from a stranger.
Oh, for sure.
Don't eat that.
Stranger danger. Stranger
Yep.
danger.
It's like when Kaz jumped into the white van.
I mean, seriously.
Hey, he turned out just fine. Nothing happened.
Surprisingly.
Sure.
Only because he got a really good wisdom save. But
On our Friday game. Rachel.
Alright, what are you guys doing now that you know that that's Miro with you?
Hooray.
Oh, I was still looking for something to eat.
Food.
I was a one-track mind.
Food time.
I mean, Veery's been offering him and everybody each fruit, like new fruit that they find. Takes one bite.
Oh,
Ooh, no.
He's still like eating that, but he wants like some protein.
Nice.
It's like, I'm having the fruit salad now, but I'm looking for that meat kebab.
Not when you're playing the gay pilot, say that he is looking for the meat kebab.
I didn't even think
Oh
of
god.
Wow.
Oh my god, that
Lucy.
that didn't occur to me. I'm literally picturing like, some kind of Mediterranean food right now. Think about that.
Lucy, you
Maybe he's looking for that too. What the hell do we
Lucy, stop.
Oh, dear god.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why we can't derail
Not with
us from the main
oblivious people.
storyline, because we get into the most craziest and stupidest shit trying to stall the story.
I am totally okay with this.
Yeah, so that was my dose of accidental innuendo today.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So yeah, while we're looking for food, nothing specific, just food.
Food.
Let
like
me
I
take
said,
this time to shout out to you YouTube listeners. Our Instagram artist of the day, M_MAF_F, for drawing a situs on their stream.
wow.
Yeah, we have shout outs now. It's pretty cool.
Okay, this is news to
Just
me, but
whenever
all
Mike
right.
feels like it. Another
Yep.
shout out.
Jerry
Shout
got
out to
bored with our
sidewalks
like,
for
shout
keeping
out.
me off the streets. Oh, shout out to Dr. Pepper that I just spilled all over myself.
Oh no.
Rob,
Sorry, I started laughing and I was taking a drink at the same time.
Mary's on StarTube again. I was looking for
Yep.
meat kebabs. Mira's spilling all over herself.
Ben's
Then you
trying
are
to
the
find
only
some headache
stable-
medicine.
Yeah,
We don't know what one he's looking for, okay? Because that's
that's why
he
I said
doesn't talk
meat
to anybody.
kebabs. Meat kebabs, heavy on the air quotes. And Ven is going, why did I leave Coruscant?
So quiet there.
She's just looking
So-
around going,
Cool.
you know, I never have been drunk in my life and I really wish I could be.
Curse these two livers of mine.
I know, right?
Yeah, I don't know what there is to do besides food, like, but I just feel like Ven would not be interested in most of it. She's just there so that other people can do their thing and get it out of their system, and she's just gonna watch their backs, basically.
She's chaperoning.
Yes, yes.
Food time.
Yep. Like I said, it's set up very similar to the Japanese Cherry Blossom Festival. So there are all sorts of kiosks with various foods of fruit. There's candies, there's fried meats, there's all sorts of deliciousness going on.
I want chicken on a stick.
You can have a chicken on a stick.
Yeah. Chicken on a stick.
DM also wants chicken on a stick.
It's really good.
It is. It's very fucking tasty. DM is now hungry.
Right.
Everybody needs a meat kebab in their life. Anyway,
Jesus.
You will not let that one go. will you?
it wouldn't have been so bad if that didn't pop into my head, and I'm just like, Lucy. I know I mark these videos as not safe for children, but goddamn,
That's gonna get us demonetized.
Anywho,
we're not even monetized to the
moving on. No, we are not. We're not talking about meat kebabs and children. Moving on from that combination of stuff in a sentence.
cycle.
Nope.
You know, chicken on a stick is pretty close to that.
We have moved on. Lucy?
So we get food, we go back to the ship, we sleep, next day.
Right. I mean, I thought you guys wanted to go to the spa. You guys could do that too, I guess.
Nope. Yep.
No, I don't think we need to get on that one out.
Yeah.
I think at this point, people are probably going to let Beery go by herself if she can't draw Mira with her, because she knows Ben doesn't enjoy it. Maybe Io. Io likes to enjoy it.
Yeah, he'll go.
Well, Mira is not about to go to the spa.
Mary and Io can have a girls' day again.
Yay!
Not on your life.
I totally realized Beery is that sound on TikTok. That's buy me North Korea now. The whole Veruca thing.
Veruca.
From Willy Wonka.
Alright. All right, I
but
think
yeah.
we'll wrap it up
That's, you
here
know.
then, and pick it back up when Matt's able to play and has proper internet, and then we can proceed with the story. DM needs to go find food.
Yeah.
God, I really want some Mediterranean now.